Alright, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, we got another Bike Quick Talks coming at you, and it's all about pegs. But before we get into today's video, if you're new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon right next to that. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content on this channel. So like I said, in this Bike Quick Talks today, we're talking about pegs. And I've had a lot of questions about pegs over the years, and honestly, it's not something I'm not into, but I figure let's talk about it for you guys. So, pegs. What is the point of pegs? Well, let's even talk. What are pegs? Pegs are essentially what you see here on this front wheel. These big blue bars kind of sticking off the side there. That is what pegs are. So what's the point of pegs? What's the deal with them? So pegs, most of the time you're going to see them on a BMX style bike because pegs' main purpose is for tricks. BMX style tricks. That's why you're going to see them on BMX bikes. Even kind of lesser expensive bikes like this one have pegs on there, style and tricks. Now, do most people use them for tricks? I don't know. Some people do, some people don't. It's kind of up to you. Other people will put them on the rear of the bike right back here, and they'll run them as like an extra standing platform per person to stand on. I'll say I've done that. Not the safest thing to do, but that's one thing that people use is, yeah, pegs right here on the back. You can have someone stand here holding onto the person's shoulders, and you can ride and carry two people. I've seen that too. So, how do pegs work exactly? Like how do they attach to the bike? Like, do you need something special? Is it like just screwed on? Like, how does it work exactly? So, with pegs, you are going to need a bolt-on style axle. So in general, they're not going to be compatible with like quick release axles, through axles, things like that. You're going to need a bolt-on axle. And that's because either the peg itself is going to screw on, like these ones do, and I'll show that in a second, or you're going to have to use the nut to hold the peg on. So you're going to need some way to tighten that peg onto the bike. So, in the case of these are kind of your very inexpensive pegs on here, very basic style pegs. So in this case, there is no nut inside of here. Essentially what's holding this wheel on is the peg itself. So, sometimes you can get lucky, you can twist that guy and come off, probably not going to happen. If you have one of these more basic style pegs, one of the best ways to get these off is to get a screwdriver, shove it into the hole there, and then you're going to just move it into loosening motions to the left. And there we go, off it comes, and then from there, you can just unscrew the peg. Pretty much all the way off. Alright, and there you go, you can see the peg right there. So in this case, this peg is actually not what's holding this wheel on. Hidden underneath there is actually the nut that's holding the wheel on. So this is just kind of an additional add-on onto the wheel. So, pretty much would bolt it on, and then in this case you thread this on top of it, and this will, the axle itself holds it on. So, with this case and a lot of other cases, you do need kind of extended axles. They need to stick out a little farther than some of your standard ones would. And that's because not only do you need to add the nut on there, but you need to add the peg as well. And I mean, that's good, what is that, 3/8 of an inch inside of there? So you got a decent amount that you need to get thread engagement onto. Now your other styles you're going to see that are going to be kind of more the nicer higher end ones. They're essentially going to look similar. However, it's not going to be a threaded hole. It's going to be a smooth hole. Essentially what you do is you put this onto the axle. It is sized based on axle you have on your bike because there are different sized bolt-on axles. So this bike has kind of the standard smaller size. Bikes like, higher end BMX bikes might have a thicker one, might have a larger axle. My dirt jumper has a larger axle. There are different sizes. So they are going to be sized for that. Essentially, the nicer pegs, you're going to slide on, and then you're going to need to put the nut on the inside of this peg. So you're going to need a socket, an extension, and a ratchet to get those on and off. You're pretty much going to put that through there and tighten up the nut on the inside. Pretty basic. That works. That's kind of the other option you'd have. Now, there are some other different styles of pegs out there, but those are going to be the main two you see. Those are the ones I've run into myself. Not being really a BMX guy, just kind of working in bikes and messing around with stuff. And to put these back on, you just get them back on the thread, screw it right back on there, just like so. Get it all the way on there. Okay, just like that. Get our screwdriver again, and we're just gonna give it a little yeet. There we go. And there you go. You got your pegs right back onto the bike. And you do the same thing with the other side. Same deal. Left to loosen, right to tighten. Easy peasy. So are pegs something that you should have on your bike? Realistically, if you're not doing tricks or have a use for them, probably not something I would put on my bike. As you can kind of see, from my mini BMX bike and then my BMX bike up here, I personally don't have pegs. I have no current use for pegs on them because I don't do the tricks that require pegs. Some of those are going to be like grinding, using these to grind onto an edge, something along those lines. And I don't personally use that. And none of the tricks that I at least know, which is very few, involve the use of pegs. So I don't personally use them, but they might be the best option for you. So hopefully you guys learned something today in today's Bike Quick Talks about pegs. And if you did, give this video a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love talking to you guys. Love answering questions you guys have. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.